Hey everybody, welcome to Psychics, Spiritual Psychics TV even. I knew this was going to happen to me tonight, Mercury retrograde. Hope, yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. All of you viewers, whether kind of old or new alike, really. Tonight's show is with myself, Leanne Hewitt, and Angelina Ray, and
Hello.
we are going to be going through dream analysis with you. We're going to be doing spiritual counselling and some readings, trying to reach out and help, really, kind of bringing kind of awareness in forms of what we can learn from our dreams, really, and bring kind of a form of, I think, spiritual counselling and guidance within and around that. Any questions that you guys have got about kind of dreams, and any assistance that you want at the moment, really. We're going through some quite tough times energetically at the moment, a lot of energy shifts going on, a lot of movements going on within the universe as well, planetary wise. I'm sure you've all been feeling it, so we're trying to bring this show to you tonight to kind of help spread some awareness and kind of help you guys from more of a conscious level, and bringing that kind of unconscious awareness into the conscious as well. I will let Angelina Ray introduce herself, and then I might kind of come back into it in a second when I can get some words back.
Thank you, Leanne. It does feel like that, doesn't it? We were talking a little bit briefly before the show about how it feels a little bit difficult to communicate or to plan how we'll steer today and this evening, because it feels like, I don't know about you, Leanne, I may just add after I've said a little bit about my background, but it's about bringing in some lightness as well within shadow work. I often talk about shadow work, but it's the unveiling of your unconscious mind. It's here. My work's very much to help people to understand their experiences, and it will be within that processing. It will be a polarized experience. We're polarized beings, so I think it's about being able to facilitate space and helping someone to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, at the same time being able to self-love and to enjoy life and have fun. So it's a real mixed bag, isn't it, Leanne, when it comes to unveiling and making sense of. So yeah, my background is in counselling. I am a professional qualified, and I always say humanistic. I love putting that word in because it just takes the emphasis off anything too diagnostic, because I just hold space basically, with a bit of the analytical theory in there. But I've ventured off and I've done some healing work, trained as a Healy. It's the Mercury coming out already, isn't it? Both me and Leanne are trained in healing work, and and funny enough, I spent 3 or 4 years as a freelance fitness instructor, teaching dance. So I think between me and Leanne, we wear many hats, don't we?
Yes, we do. Hello, Mary, as well. Thank you for joining us this evening. Yeah, we do, and I kind of, we've both. Hello, Christine. Nice, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Christine.
We're going to say some hellos rather than keep waffling for now, I think. Hello, Terry. How are you?
Hi,
thanks
Terry.
for joining us.
Thank you for sharing as well. That's lovely.
Yeah, thank you ever so much. Everybody that's watching, if you can share the link, it will reach out to who this is supposed to reach out to tonight in the form of what guidance people need. So, hello, Heidi. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Holly. Good evening.
Oh, that's a lovely photo.
Hello,
Pamela. How are you? Thanks for joining us. And Cherie. Hello. How are you?
Hi, Lacey.
Lacey. Hi. Yeah, so following on from what Angelina was introducing herself, really, is I am Leanne, and I have my own little venture, Healing Elements UK, and I basically started this, and it's still in the motions of building. I started this really throughout my own journey. I've been on, like most of us have, quite a long journey of what I would see as kind of healing, and a kind of hidden spiritual journey there. So the work that I do, I'm an energy healer. I'm a big fan of mindfulness. I've studied mindfulness, which has helped me massively on my journey of kind of trying to find my true self, really. You know, from a young age, I've always kind of looked for the meaning, more of a hidden meaning, a bigger meaning to life. Dream analysis and dreams have been a big thing for me ever since a very young age. They've helped to guide me, shed light on things that go on within my own subconscious. They've helped me to heal. And they do kind of give you kind of lots of information that you can utilize to kind of not only heal yourselves, but from a point of self-observation, self-awareness. So everything that I kind of now do has helped me on my journey to kind of not only finding myself, but being more of a whole person, so to speak. And now I think both of us are doing the same thing, where we kind of using our own experience to reach out and help other people with the knowledge that we've gained and things that have helped us through life as well. So hopefully we will bring that kind of knowledge to good use for you guys tonight as well. Thank you for the heart, Stacey. Do appreciate it. We need to spread the kind of good vibes and love on this tonight, I think. There's been a lot of heavy energy out there recently, so this is kind of helping all of us to move forward in a way, although it's not been the nicest of few months, I think, that we've all been having. And thank you, Heather, for liking and sharing. Do appreciate it. Yeah, so do give us some thumbs up, and you know, we're here to basically answer your questions tonight. So if you've got any kind of things that are going on in your life at the moment that you need help with, if you're looking for any form of direction, if you've got dreams that you want kind of analysis on and help to understand those dreams, because dreams are very prominent at the moment. To me, they always are. There is always something you can learn about what's going on within your dreams, be it coming from your subconscious thoughts, feelings, emotions. It can be things that are going on within your waking life, whether that's like current or past. I do, yeah. When I start talking, it's weird. When kind of things start flowing, I do my whole.
I've done that. I do that.
I just wander off, you know. Cheek, like Stevie Wonder. Hello, Hayley. Thanks for joining us.
You're tapping in. That's what you're doing, Leanne. You have your different voices coming from different directions of your head.
I think they do as well.
They do.
And that's a big thing in kind of, you know, kind of psychological terms as well.
Yeah, you can hear things at the back of your head or the side of your head.
Yeah, and you're grasping for that information where it's all coming from. Thanks for joining us, Christine. Lovely to see
you. we can give tangible excuses for being airy fairy. I was often called that at school, Dolly Daydream, but it's because
Dolly Daydream.
I was able to reach, you know, other ways of realities and thinking within one experience. So, yeah. What should we put here?
Can you read that, or do you want me to?
Yeah, no, I can.
I'm making a joke. Angelina normally says I can't read that. Can you?
I'm squinting. But we usually do it this way round, don't we, Now, where you interpret a dream and then I add a layer on to what you bring. If that's
look at what Cherie's written here, actually, because I think she's saying that had the most freakiest reading ever last night. Not on here. Wish she was, but oh my god, I'm out metal detecting today on the search for Mum's gold she told me all about. Thought you had to read. Oh wow, that's amazing. Did you find anything?
Sorry. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because you've brought that through for a reason as well, because I've got metal detectors. I'm you know, I don't go out too often, but I just like going out and seeing if there's anything that you can find, you know.
Wow. Oh, it's part of their conversation.
Oh, was that a private conversation? Sorry.
Oh, you've been brought in. There's no such thing as private on here.
Lacey, looking for some guidance, Angelina.
Right, okay. Can you give me some guidance? So this is going to be very general. I always use the word Richard has a laugh when I say bottom to top, top to bottom, but it's we are very infant, childlike on here. But you have to, you see, when we do this kind of work sometimes. So it's going to be a case of me just sort of I'll scan out and see what is most prevalent for you, because I have to emphasize that word. It's something about recognizing what is prevalent for you. So I'll anchor in a little bit more into what information it is that I feel I'm gathering. And sometimes I do use a card just to warm me up, because it silences my analytical mind to give you something more from a purer channel. I have got harmony with you. And I do need to stop and pause and take a breath with you, Lacey. I feel it's all about. Oh, it's number 6 there, Richard. That was a nice little meek. Thank you. Yeah, so stop and pause and take a breath regarded to this harmonious life that I want to put your way. But there is something about things being of prevalence. So I'll wait and see if I can gather some more on that information. Oh, and what's dropped in front of me, as the cards often do, is I've just
Always the way.
like to mix it up. Yeah, they like to mix things up. Okay, heartache and loss, which is around the space, my words are getting very tangled, and it's very hard for me to get things clear. It's difficult to convey what I need to share, and this is something that you would do. It's hard for you to communicate what you feel that you have lost. I do have heartbreak in and around you, and it's you making sense of that loss. I feel there's much processing to do as to what and how things meant to you, and it's being able to convey that to a particular loved one for them to understand your point of view. That's what I'm getting for you, Lacey. And my readings are very interactive, and I know, because I come from a counselling perspective, sometimes I might bring in things that not that are private, but in more closer to the heart, more intimate, but maybe things that to me to be worked on. So do let me know if that makes sense to you, and I'll just give layer and layer. With how do I say, it depends on what you then give me back as to what then I add on to that. So I feel like that's just a surface level that I want to give to you, and hopefully that makes sense to you. But just to stop, pause, take a breath, think about what you want to say, but reflect on what it is exactly that you're holding before you convey that over to this person that you are thinking about. And if you want me to clarify anything else, then just give us a comment, and then I'll add some more information on that.
Yeah, that's add some, like Angelina said, add some more comments, and maybe be able to narrow it down. I don't know why. Obviously, kind of dream analysis is a big thing for me as well, Lacey. I don't know if you are having any particular dreams at the moment that might kind of come into that. But it is worth actually looking at that if you are having any dreams that kind of seem quite prominent at the moment, because when you are going through a time where you kind of need to harmonize and balance, and we're all going through it at the moment, in terms of this kind of spiritual journey that we're on and the energy shifts, it is, especially for me, bringing up a lot of dreams where it can bring in kind of things that are going on within your life that you might need to bring the balance and harmony into, and that can come through into your dreams as well. So if there are any dreams that you're having in particular at the moment as well that you wanted to bring through, and there may be some more, but you're already saying that it makes sense. So, you know, kind of, you've obviously already touched on surface of something there. So yeah, I'm glad that's out. It's always interesting seeing you work, because you went straight into, I could see it there, kind of, the words were just flowing through you. It's quite interesting. It's so interesting to see that.
Thank you. Like, here's how you separate your analytical mind to wanting to get to the problem, to the bottom of it, isn't it? Because sometimes we get things in staged. I don't know if that's how you feel as well, the dream interpretation, but we do get answers. I do feel sometimes we need to get answers in a sort of sequence, because everything doesn't always come at once, because we have processing to do.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, Terry. How are you? And sorry, I did see that comment flick past. Whoever just said hello, and I did see the comment very briefly on screen because I keep wandering as I'm talking. Hello, Eileen. How are you?
Hi, Eileen.
Very inquisitive looking dog there, isn't it? Sally, that's the one. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Sally.
And Suze, hello, good evening. You,
I'm
did you
loving
do that
Sue's
on
hairstyle.
purpose? Yeah. Hey, Terry. Now I've been dreaming, wake up feeling very alert and aware, like I need to look for something. Can't remember the dreams though. It's interesting. I've also gone through a spell at the moment where I know I'm dreaming. There are some dreams that are standing out very prominently to me, and there are others that are kind of taken away as you are dreaming. So, um, oh dear. So yes, Terry. To answer your question, okay. So with dreams, there are lots of reasons why you might not be remembering your dreams. Okay, you're obviously saying in your comment there that you know you have been dreaming. You're waking up feeling very alert and aware. So it is like something is trying to get your attention, so to speak. And there could be, like I said, many reasons why you're not remembering those. One of the big things that I'm feeling at the moment is there are for yourself as well as my experiences. Some of these dreams are very, very important guidance that we're receiving at the moment, especially with kind of Mars in retrograde and we've got the Hunter's Moon coming up on the 31st as well. So it's bringing in a lot of information on forward movement. We're coming to the end of closing off cycles as well. So a lot of information that can come through in our dreams can be very, very important. And what it can tend to do is being taken into your intuition center. The reason why this could happen, and you're obviously aware that you're dreaming, is that it's trying to get you to follow the guidance from your heart center and your actual intuition rather than allowing your ego mind and the mind that kind of wants to get involved and judge and criticize and have an opinion on this. And so it's kind of taking it away from your memory as you're waking up because it wants you to kind of keep that information within you so that you're naturally guided to kind of following this information that you're being given. You're kind of saying there that you're waking up like you're looking for something. I'm wondering if you're picking up on anything about what that could be, Angelina, because it's like to me, it's like she's known she's had a dream and searching for some form of information, but there's obviously something else coming through in that dream that you might be able to tap into.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking, and I'm almost like itching to. It's like, and I feel like it's it's
Yeah.
Terry's energy that I'm getting. It's I'm embodying you, Terry, and you're itching to. I just got a huge smile on my face, like I know I'm onto something. I know that, like I'm aware that it's like having information, and I'm aware that I'm onto something. That's how I feel about you, Terry, and that's how I feel you would feel, or that's just the feeling I have. And very excited, like I want to clear some space. I want to clear the deck. So I've got my paper and I just want to remove it from my desk right now. It's like I want to get this clear space, and I also feel like I'm shuffling my cards because I just want to lay the deck down and go, look, this is what am I dealing with, because I feel like you're getting, I don't know, it feels like business to me, but you're getting work ideas. Tell me if that makes sense. But it's like you're formulating a plan is also what's come through, and you're itching to get ahead. Does that any of that make sense? I don't know. I just get what I'm given and have to describe that, but that is exactly what I'm getting. Like you're itching to make plans and get ahead. Um, Terry says, thanks, Leanne, that makes sense. But Leanne, you said something about downloads, so didn't you, with the dream?
It's kind of getting taken into that kind of heart and intuition center. So it's like kind of being naturally guided rather than overthinking and trying to analyze the dream too much. And it may be that you've brought this through so that even because from a point of view, if you brought more details through, I would kind of go into more of an analysis on it, and maybe it doesn't want that to happen either, because this has to be followed naturally. And weirdly, as you were talking, I smiled because the time went to 2020 as soon as you started tapping into that energy. So it's like a bringing in of clarity as well, and kind of the balance and duality of something. I made a plan to change career currently, studying towards that.
Yeah, it's like I feel very excited. I feel raring to go. I want to clear the deck and get writing and put all my ideas down onto paper. I can't wait to get things out of my mind and onto paper. That's how I feel with you, Terry. So it's very exciting, very buzzy energy, I have to say. Do you feel it, Leanne?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. It's quite incredible, and I think the information that you're getting, it is creating some form of excitement, which is why you've woken up, like you're looking for something. And it's kind of, I don't know what times you're waking up as well, but there's a yogi I follow, Sadhguru, and he actually says from a spiritual aspect, there is a certain time of day between 3 and 5 that that people that do light work or spiritual work or some form of work that's important to the soul, you can actually wake up during that time, and it's like calling you to kind of get into action and do that work. And I'm wondering if that's what's happening with you as well, because like you said, it sounds quite exciting, and there's something that obviously your mind is working overtime at night as well on whatever this is. And I think that's really what it's trying to do, is help you to follow the guidance naturally, so you don't interfere with all this information that's coming through. It's not clarity is starting to come in with this hunter's moon. It is clearing the way now to give us a bit more clarity. And I feel that at the moment, a lot of our dreams aren't quite clear to us, not only because it doesn't want our mind to interfere, but it's waiting for clarity to come in so that you can start acting on it. So it's like building momentum, isn't it? It's like instilling that vibe and giving you these ideas, and they'll start to kind of come out naturally within you. I feel a great surge of energy at the moment, and I wake up between 3 and 4.
3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah,
the magic numbers, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I tend to have this. Well, I've had it all my life, I think, where I wake up at that time, and I tend to find, and I know I've said this to you as well. For some reason, sometimes I'm so wide awake at that time that the first thing I think is I want to do some energy healing, or I want to do some meditation, or and this is part of the work that I enjoy doing. And we're in a time as well where we're all globally and universally trying to raise the vibration, because it has been a very heavy time energetically, trying to clear things out and tie up loose ends. So I think this is part of your dream as well. It's kind of like I said. I think you're not aware of what you're dreaming, but you are. It's getting just taken away from your mind from now, so you don't overanalyze it.
I can't stop smiling with Terry. It's like the cat who's got the cream, as I've got it for you, Terry. I also want to say, if you're getting up at 3 and 4 a.m., do you keep a notepad and paper by the side of your desk? Just grab all of that, because the information, the ideas are just so exciting. Don't lose any of it, is what I'm saying, because not that you won't get them again, but you could. I'm getting it for you. It's like collapsing time, but things can happen even doubly quick when you are you're on the money, when the thoughts are there, your realizations, and then you've got that paper and pen to keep that. So it's not, you've not lost it. They just need to add that in.
I think it's gonna. I don't know why. I know I've said this before, but I feel like I need to say that kind of some of these things with our dreams as well. They can be a form of foresight, guidance and messages for the journey forward, and it will come out in divine timing. And there has been a lot of times when I've had dreams as well that have given me some form of foresight, but I've only remembered what I've seen in the dream at the right time, at the time that it's supposed to come into play and the time that you're supposed to start kind of acting on that knowledge, and it will become conscious to you. And she's saying, do keep paper and pen at the side of the bed, yes, to write things down. Yeah, it's a really good idea. It really is. I've got books everywhere beside my bed for different things that I write in when I wake up. So, yeah. I'm glad that's helped, Terry. That's pretty amazing. I'm feeling quite excited. I want to know what's going on now.
I know. It's your essays and your assignments going to be very magical. It's where the magic happens, because the content is, because you're plugging into, like you said, you don't know what you're dreaming, but you know your dreams. You've received information, and you know it's from divine. You know it's from source. It's something greater than you. It's being channeled into the project. So I want to say your assignments are going to be top notch. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Quite fuzzy energy, actually, I'm picking up from all this as well. So it's really exciting. Thank you for bringing that through, Terry. That's really interesting. Let us know how you get on. But the energy is saying you're going to get on great.
That's good to hear, because I mean, I'm doing the ancestral healing diploma at the moment, and it's sometimes, you know, when you feel stuck, and studying doesn't always feel that sometimes it just feels really, really difficult, because it's also, I don't know about you, Leanne, but sometimes working through something that's very energetically transformative could feel quite of a struggle. But I didn't get, I just got a real nice buzz.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Good. So exciting time for Terry. So
share
now. When you have a dream and the feeling of the dream stays with you for days, as if you're living the dream, does this mean anything? Interesting you say that, actually. Our obviously kind of our mind, our thoughts, our kind of feelings, emotions are all very strongly attached. And again, similar to Terry, kind of sometimes when you're having these dreams, you don't always have to remember them. And it's very similar to, I would say, kind of regression, past life regression as well. It's not always visual. You don't always remember the kind of the scenery that you see, or kind of that visual imagery. Sometimes what you're left with is an emotional feeling about that dream. So yes, I have had this myself before. And what it's trying to do, again, I get this feeling that whatever it is you're dreaming about, it could be something coming from your subconscious emotion. So it could be something that you're not, your mind or yourself is not comfortable dealing with on a conscious level. It could be issues, conflicts, any kind of painful experience for any reason. Things like that sometimes maybe get taken away from us, but we remember it on an emotional level. So it could be that the dreams you've been having are a form of dream that are trying to help you find some healing in something. It could also be that you've been left with that emotion for using your intuition. Okay, because I do find that there's been times when I've had kind of information come through in a dream, can't remember it. Even if I remember bits of it, it can be quite vague and hard to put words to. But you get guided by your heart and your emotions. So it may be that that's what's happening here, is that the information's quite important, and you're currently being guided through this dream by your emotional state, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you're picking up anything from this, are you, Angelina?
It's funny, because energy, the way I read, changes all the time, as everyone, I think, because we constantly evolve, and it's almost like last time we worked together, Leanne, I was getting the information as you speak, but this is very different. It's almost like a delayed reaction to allow you to finish on. It's like to get you your insight first, so mine bit can slot in. But I do want to pick up on the feeling I get first of all, Cheryl, because I do feel, I do often get a lot in my stomach. But it doesn't feel. It's not too pleasant. It's not too pleasant. The dream, the way it leaves you. It's not a comfortable sensation. I don't feel it's easy to digest either. I don't know the specifics of the information yet. I'll just wait. I'll just continue to say what comes through and allow what information needs to come through at in the way and in its time. But that is also what I need to say to you about information coming through in its way and at the right time, because I feel like you are processing something. There is some turmoil of some sort. And for some reason, it's not allowing me to get quite close to it. But maybe I need to ask your permission, Cheryl, just to see if I'm connecting with you first. Cheryl says, well, makes so much sense. I just started sitting in a circle. Okay. Did you say that, Leanne? Or is that
No.
just from what? Okay. Your memory, your memory loss, Cheryl. Just be aware when you are not. I'm really holding on to my tummy here, because you keep yourself safe. And I'm not saying that the circle is in. The work on the energy protection is how I say, because notice, I'm going to be very careful how I say this. I talk about the shadow side and about projection, psychic attack. We got Hunter's Moon, Halloween. It's all the celebration of spirits that maybe need some help. There's all this sort of stuff that comes through about uncomfortable, about energy that isn't quite right. I would say, I'm sure that there are, you're an empath. I don't know how you feel about it in your particular circle. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. It's more about protect yourself from who you're empathizing with, because you are, it feels like picking up on other people's problems and what it is that they are feeling. But also from a counselling perspective, if you are picking up on what other people's feeling, it could be triggering some of your stuff too. And that's always interesting to look at when somebody is an empath, or I call it transference, counter-transference in the counselling field, as in, like, if I pick up an emotion of the client as if it's mine, that is a form of transference. But the key in self-awareness is to know exactly what it is that I'm carrying. And then when I know what it is that I'm carrying, I can de-identify myself from that energy. I just want to give that to you, Cheryl, and I think what is going on. So I just feel like maybe you could do with a little bit extra, just to help you work through the processing of your self-awareness as you are channeling, because you have to work with your sense of self and what you're picking up from other spirits and people in that circle. Does that make sense? I just needed to give that to you. So I feel like you are, and I certainly did this back in my earlier days of therapy. I didn't know how to come out of people's worlds enough, and to have that time to detach. So yeah, just wanted to add that, if that's any use.
I think that's
Oh. Okay. Oh no.
yeah, it has frozen, isn't it?
Oh,
Oh, you're
am
back
I
now.
back?
You're back.
Oh, sorry.
It's right. Spirit took over. It's
Yeah.
It's strange you say that, actually. Yes, definitely just need to learn to work with it. Yeah. It's something that I know that I've talked to Angelina about as well, because since a very young age I've been very empathic, and a lot of things come through in my dreams about kind of emotions that not are just my own, but what I pick up from other people as well. And I have a similar kind of ability where I've had difficulty sometimes in kind of trying to determine the emotions that I'm feeling and whether they're kind of my own or whether they're coming from somebody else. And I am starting to kind of get there to kind of being able to discern that. But sometimes it can be when you're sitting so closely, especially in a circle with other people, and obviously sharing energy and working in that way together, I imagine it can be quite a strong feeling as well, picking up on other people's emotions. But going back to kind of the dream, and just to recap on that, I do feel that you're being led by your emotions on something. whatever it is isn't clear at the moment, obviously, because you're not remembering what you've seen, but you're remembering this feeling, and you need to follow that, and you need to kind of recognize that, and just notice what you'll find, because I've had this myself with dreams as well, is you'll start to notice certain situations in waking life, or certain people, or certain experiences may heighten that emotion that you're feeling, that is you've been left with from that dream. It's trying to guide you without your mind coming into play. And this seems to be, that's 2 in a row now, so it seems to be a common theme at the moment. I know that my dreams are doing the same. They're trying to take it away from me, so that it's got to be natural flowing. Whatever information we're being given at the moment has got to flow naturally, and it's kind of following your heart and your intuition rather than your mind on it. Cheryl Sainz, a Reiki master, so pick up a lot from this too. Yeah, it's fascinating. Energy healing kind of really does heighten everything that you kind of sense and feel. And obviously when you're doing distance healing work as well, it kind of expands that, so that you can pick things up from a distance as well. And with dreams, I've often had an experience where dreams I kind of find my energy healing comes to play in dreams as well sometimes. And you can pick up on energy vibrations and vibes, and so it could well be, it sounds like that's what's kind of happening there. So it's fascinating, isn't it? Kind of energy healers all seem to kind of find each other in various ways.
Was it birds of a feather flock together, wasn't it?
Yeah, but thanks for that, Cheryl. Hope that's helped. The guidance combined, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Hi, Jenna.
Hello, Jenna.
A lovely picture.
Yeah, just ask a
Just
question.
ask a
Whatever
question.
you're looking for help for, really. What would you say, Angelina, to that one?
If that comes up, then I'd say that's almost like the general reading, and then I'll do my supplementation. But we're into Mira now. Mira, hi everyone. Yeah, it's quite difficult to get the message.
Hello, Mira. How are you?
How are you? Lovely to see you.
Thanks for joining us on YouTube. I keep going to say Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Heather. So Heather's saying she keeps dreaming that she's in a race and being chased by big rolling balls of something that's really quite scary. Okay. So from a dream analysis point of view, and picking up a few things here, being in a race is like you're kind of itching to get something started. Okay, and being in a race is also like a competitive energy. It's like accelerated forward movement, so something quite quick paced. And you're saying that it's like you're being chased. So you're feeling like kind of it's like you're trying to get away from something when you're being chased. Okay, in the form of dream analysis, it can mean many things. Dreams are very personal, so. What was hopefully the pennies will start to drop as I give you some ideas and aspects of where this can be coming from. But being chased can be a form of anxiety and insecurity. It can also be avoiding something, or kind of running away from something, maybe not wanting to face something or want to deal with something. And it's basically you trying to get away or create distance between yourself and whatever it is that's chasing you. You say it's like big rolling balls and making you feel scary. So it's obviously something that's going on. And I would say that normally when being chased, it can actually be something that is it's a form of, my words are kind of going for me here. So it's trying to get me to correct what I'm saying. Do you is there anything going on in your waking life, okay, that's making you feel anxious? Making you feel like you want to create some kind of distance, or is there something in life where the pace has just suddenly picked up and you're not quite ready to go with that pace as well? But often when we're feeling chased, it's like being pursued by something. Now, it could be there's like an issue or conflict or some form of problem that needs dealing with here, and basically kind of seeing yourself being chased or running away from this in a dream is like not wanting to deal with it or trying to distance yourself from this problem or get away from it. But in actual fact, what you tend to find as well, being chased in a dream, sometimes you need to face whatever this is head on so that you don't feel like it's pursuing you anymore. Are you picking anything up from this, Angelina?
Yeah, and I don't know whether vibrationally you didn't say the words, but I feel like you were thinking. I'm getting it to tread carefully, almost running away from. You said, Leanne, running away from, and I'm from counselling perspective again. It's memories of the past. Heather, I feel like it would be from a male figure, a caring role, but the relationship you had back then was a bit, I want to say, like a bit fraught. So it's the processing of that. I won't go into, like, I'll leave it. It's up to you to how much you want to recognise with me on here. But I'd say to current, it's I have you a bit panicky with your anxiety. Your confidence is not always the best. It's like showing up and keeping appearances. I've got you kind of like, sometimes I think you're placed into predicaments where you don't feel how do we say, completely up to scratch. You feel you're not up to scratch, and I want to say it was how you were put down. Which is affecting you now in your life and the way you maneuver things, because I'd really like to help you come out of that matrix of the mind, that anxiety that you have, that you're not up to scratch, because I do place that around, and I'd say father figure, being how you were contained and held, I want to say, and not just the physical, but held as in boundaries, and having yourself, like I said, I'll just add that in just to say, because Leanne, you picked up that it was like running away from, didn't you? Or it was hard to kind of be with, I think you said.
Yeah, it's trying to create that distance, and kind of move away from or get away from. I'm getting and I suppose it kind of fits in with the rolling ball as well, a cycle. It's like getting away from a behavior cycle, or a cycle that's kind of spiraled, and has continued to kind of feel like it's kind of pursuing you in some way. Heather's put there as well comments of how she does have anxiety, and sometimes with dreams, okay, sometimes the dream doesn't necessarily have to have that storyline there. It could be that you've gone to sleep maybe feeling anxious, and it's come out in this imagery that you've seen of yourself running away for something. But I get this feeling of kind of the rolling of that ball and feeling that you're being chased by it is a snowball effect as well. Like something is kind of continued to go on a cycle, and you're trying to get away from it or break away from that cycle, which ironically, I mean, that's kind of what this time we're in at the moment is. It's closing off that cycle. It's kind of tying off loose ends and moving forward into kind of newer times. Saying I'm away to get house all done.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Heather, if you mean that you're right, where your concept of getting away is to get the house all done. That's where you feel like you're in a rush, you want to have the house all done. And sometimes we have that intention to make good of, and it can be like micro, macro, what we can control the physical. So we'll control making our home just so, because it gives us that sense of mastery, which can be very apt and work quite well. But just to be aware of also what is distracting us from getting to the peace that takes us away from more soul work, as in where you are meant to go, because your low confidence is blocking you sometimes from coming out of your comfort zone. So you could quite easily continue to keep the house just so, like a lot of us will get lost in housework. It's not a bad way to distract us, but I'm picking up on the low self-esteem and confidence there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're weirdly enough, kind of, I suppose if you look at it from kind of a dream analysis or a spiritual point of view as well, the kind of sorting the house, cleaning the house, it's like wanting to make improvements, self-development and growth as well. And I've been feeling it myself actually at the moment, where, you know, when you kind of, it's like kind of cleansing the energies and clearing out space and getting rid of clutter and trying to get things to align with who you are. But it's not always easy to do when you feel lost in yourself as well. And these things do tend to come through into our dreams. So our kind of health and well-being, anything that's going on in waking life that's affecting us, can filter through into our dreams, and it creates this imagery where it's hoping that we'll understand it from a form of symbolism and association. So I think that's maybe kind of hopefully given you enough to answer that question as best we can, Heather. But obviously in terms of anxiety, I don't know, kind of forms of things that you do to kind of help with that. There are so many different things. I mean, Angelina has probably got a lot more experience than I have, but mindfulness for me is one thing that really does help with feeling anxious, because it helps to bring you into a grounded present moment state. So maybe doing things like meditation and mindfulness, and before you go to sleep, finding some way of being relaxed as well. Because if you go into bed anxious, you will tend to have these types of dreams as well.
Yeah. I was just, the thing is you don't know when to stop, because you get a little trickle or something else in a little bit.
I know.
But I do say I place kitchen as something very special for you, Heather. I don't know if you have memories in the kitchen, but I've got the words have a good brew. So I don't know, I don't want to tap into like major. It's trying to get to one thing at a time. But your neurology, I would say, like, a place nutrition around you, because I feel like you would appreciate that. Certainly loved ones around you would have appreciated the cooking, and it's something for you to be mindful of, because that can often have a good effect on our neurological state if we're well fed with the right nutrition. Can't even get my words out today. Nutrition.
It's Mercury retrograde still messing with us both.
Hello,
hi,
Kerry.
How are you?
Good evening.
So lovely to see you here. Thanks for watching.
Aww.
Hope you're well. It's been a while since I've kind of seen your name come up, but then it's been a while since I've done one of these shows.
You have.
So we've, I've been on kind of one of these, when the energy's just shifting left, right and centre, and there's been so many kind of changes and curveballs thrown. And so, yes, and I've been doing a lot of healing myself as well. So nice to see you here. Hope you're well.
Hi, Mira.
So, hope you're saying your name right. Can't even kind of...
Yeah.
Mira. So I do dream a lot and remember them so vivid, and dream like flying a lot and being in different houses too.
I love that one.
Yes, very interesting. I think we're going to come together quite well on this. So hello, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
How are you?
Hoping that you're well.
So let's have a look at this one for you then. So basic details here. You've mentioned that you feel like dreaming you're flying. The vivid dreams kind of tend to be quite lucid dreams, I feel. And these types of dreams can occur when you're very close to your conscious awareness, but you're in a form of sleep. So similar to meditation, I suppose, like a very deep meditation. Now, when you dream like you're flying. Okay, flying can be a sense of freedom, higher perspective, looking at things from higher conscious awareness. Can also be like kind of not feeling like you have limitations. And it depends how you feel about flying and the emotions and the feelings that you have in the dream when you're doing this. It's very freeing. It's feeling like there's no kind of restraint, so to speak. And you're able to kind of, it's like striving for goals and aspirations. So you need to really look at your emotions and how you felt about flying. You don't mention that it made you feel scared. So looking kind of at the positive side of things, it can be signs of like spiritual growth and kind of an abundance of possibilities and you reaching towards those, but also being able to allow yourself to view things from like an aerial view, like viewing things from above, like with your higher awareness and having a higher perspective or kind of viewing things from a different perspective, so to speak. And the fact that you mentioned being in different houses, we could look at this in different ways. Houses in a form of dream analysis is like an aspect of yourself. And the fact that you kind of seen being in different houses is like it can show you the different characteristics that you hold. It can also show yourself different ways of being. You like kind of if you're in different houses, it can show you how you've changed. So you'd need to look at kind of different parts of that house, what you saw, like colours, for instance, anything that stood out. What kind of rooms did you see? Because all this can have different meanings. But I know to Angelina why you smiled about being in different houses, and I know you've picked something up from that. So what are you getting from this?
Well, I don't know. It's weird because I often talk about the
Yeah.
house as the physical and our soul being how do we say? Like I say, personalities, and you just said that. I think you mentioned personalities,
Yeah.
but that we are how do we say? We are humans with many facets, many different types of ways to be, and they come alive at different times. There's a time to be in each room, yet you say you are in a different house altogether. So not just different rooms, but a completely different house. So that makes me feel like you aren't always in your body. But if you are not in your body, then where exactly are you? I want to say. And it's like that is the question. Where exactly are you? And I do place you with a very giggly type. This is the character for you, that it's fun and it feels light. There's not a hell of a lot of clarity around where you might go, but I do place you doing, I know you do angel cards, and you also have things on your mantelpiece, and you talk to divine, and you do dabble in your own way of reading and cards and things of that nature and that kind. I'm just being given what comes through, so sometimes they just babble on through me, and there's no complete clarity, but it's quite interesting because I wonder where you go exactly. I'd like maybe Mira, we could ask you a little bit more about that, where you feel you go. Are you picking anything?
It's really interesting actually, because as well, kind of, I don't know why I'm thinking of the moving house, but in kind of if you're looking at maybe changing house or moving house, and I'm talking about within the dream, it's like yourself is changing. You're moving from one part of yourself to another. So it's like with flying as well, because flying is kind of allowing you to see things from a different perspective. It can also allow you to observe yourself from above. And I'm getting this feeling like kind of you're going through a mode of self-observation and finding out different things about yourself, and you're finding out different areas that where you've probably changed as a person as well. I don't know if that kind of resonates with you. It's quite difficult to pinpoint from a dream analysis point of view, but I just get this feeling like there's something going on from kind of aspirations and goals, and something that you might be striving towards. And also with the lucid dreaming, there is the point that kind of within lucid dreams, it can be like kind of a form of astral traveling as well. And the fact that you mentioned being in different houses, it is like lots of changes and lots of different sides to yourself that you're seeing as well. And changes going on within and around you somewhere, maybe in waking life. So I hope that's helped. As I stopped there, I saw 5656 in front of me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Love those number sequences.
Oh, good night,
Oh,
Terry.
Michael.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
So Mira's saying that's making sense as well, yeah? That's makes sense. What you're saying is true, that I am trying to find myself. Yeah. So it's a lot of you're being given some form of higher guidance here, and it's like Angelina said, if you're talking to the divine and doing this kind of work as well, you're also putting out that intention of trying to find out more about yourself. And you're able to, when you're dreaming, because you're detached from your mind and waking life and all the distractions, you're actually able to kind of view yourself and observe yourself and your situation from a higher perspective, is what I'm getting from that. And lately been suffering from anxiety as well. Okay. Now, anxiety, I've just feel like I need to say that anxiety can really kind of tend to make you feel weighed down. So within your dream, perhaps the flying is helping you to feel free from that emotion as well. What do you think?
It's very random, but I need to ask if there's anyone that you know. You're worrying about some? There's some. I've got gallstones with me, so I don't know if you used to have gallstones, or that there was a particular time where you had that. Because I do place that as something. Now, the way I work is very difficult to be on screen, and that's because I would ask my particular clients to talk about their memory of a gallstone so that I can get more information in, work on that collaboration to bring that particular insight on your anxiety, because anxiety is quite general. So Mira, I don't know whether you can pick up or give me any more information on why I need to place that with you, but I do. I need to give that to you.
So yeah, do let us know if you have any more information, Mira, to go on with that. But I hope that's helped. And if you have been suffering from anxiety, look at what's going on around you. What could be triggering that or making you feel like that? And I do have to say that with these current energy shifts that we're going through, because things are feeling uncertain and there's not a lot of clarity, it can tend to bring that feeling of anxiety in, where you'd normally have that control over what's happening and what you can see. The unknown can create a lot of anxiety as well. So maybe that is part of it as well. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that, but I felt like I did. So, Hi, Siobhan.
Hi,
Hello,
Siobhan.
how are you? Thanks for joining us. Lovely bright green there. Healing.
Mr. and Mrs. B. Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, everyone.
Hello, was doing the ironing. Wow. Well, I'm glad you've taken some time out to kind of watch the show, and
Yeah.
It's always good to step back away from kind of the work, so to speak, isn't it? I
Okay, we're going to run through a few ads now, guys.
I'm glad you said so. I'm sat here kind of in my own little world thinking everyone can hear Richard then. But Stevie Wonder's even lost the shoulder on this part of the jump alert. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm doing that because Richard's taking the mick. He says my eyes keep wandering around. Like. So
Rachel.
tonight, 10:30. So for people that are staying up late, I've got Rachel palmistry and tarot readings tonight. So do tune in for that one. I'm sure I'm sure some of you guys already will be. Be very interesting. Palmistry.
This is a new one, isn't it? I've not seen Rachel before. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay. And Richard's just letting us know that Polly isn't on tomorrow. So yes, just so you know. And guys, can you send some healing thoughts out to Polly as well?
Oh.
Just send her your love.
Lots of light to you, Polly. Okay.
It's at 8:30 tomorrow. So live with Spirit with Sam Pert, 8:30 tomorrow night. So live free readings. That's 8:30, guys. Do tune in for that one on YouTube.
Mr. P might who? Did that? Couldn't read that.
Mr. P might pop in.
Oh.
So they're the shows, guys. You need to catch up and tune into. Take a breath. I could just have a drink here.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, and kind of give yourself some extra self-care. I think. Yes, it changes around me, circumstance around family.
That triggers things.
Yeah. And this is I think it's a good example of boundaries as well, isn't it? Because we're in. Oh, sorry, what have I missed?
So then, yes, I've just joined a circle too. Thank you so much for the information. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
I think it is a good example of boundaries. I'm feeling it a lot myself at the moment. There's a lot, we're going through a lot where it is kind of showing us where maybe boundaries need to be strengthened, and where we need to notice where other people's circumstances and situations are affecting our own energy as well, and our own emotions, and trying to detach from it. Not in a sense of ignoring it, but just detach from that that kind of extra stress as kind of the words that I would use, I suppose. Add into your own. Yes, Suze.
For Suze, I would love a tarot reading. Okay, well, I do have tarot cards. And we are, I wouldn't say, what's that, Richard? Just the one card. I'm not, oh, sorry. What Richard does is he stops me from waffling because I go like Leanne does this.
He's just whittling in her ear, distracted her.
I channel and talk off P. So yeah, I'm just getting a bit focused for you, Suze. My what happens? I draw a card, but then it allows me to channel. So I'm going to do it that way for you, if that's okay. And sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm loving your hair. I'm just looking at your hair. So funny. Sorry, that's just I can't get over that. But okay, So I do have your crown chakra here, but I just want to link in vibrationally without having to analyse too much around what the crown might represent to you. But I did have a Lucy or a Lucinda. I don't know who Lucy and Lucinda is, but she needs to come forward and talk with you. If she's not here on this with you, she'll be with Spirit. But I do need to give you a Lucy and or a Lucinda. And let me just see what I need to get for you, because there's fabric for you. There's fabric around. I get a lot of the colour pink, but I don't know why I need to place fabric with you. Are you a seamstress, or there's something like that that I have to place? And let me see where we go. And why do I need to give this to you? It's something about you knowing where your talents lie, but also within your self-belief. And I want to draw in some comfort with you at this time. And maybe that is why I need to give you the colour pink, because it is also around healing here in the heart, but to help you with where your talents lie. Because I think sometimes you feel like you would say, and I feel these words come through you and out, it's like, I'm useless, because you often make jokes about yourself. That's just the way you are. It's not malice, like as in the words that you use. They're not just be careful on what you say, like allow compliments to come through, because if it's her, this vibration, or the guide that I'm working with, I want to say to you, it's about self-love and being really kind with the way you speak about yourself. But I do say it's about you and where your talents lie, because I do want to put in some talents for you. Sorry, my battery's just died. Going low. That's not good. And I'm going to just add, I know Richard likes to keep me focused, and I'm just going to give you one more card, because I think it is necessary, is how I've got it. And I have got it for you to stand your ground, which is why I need to give you not one, but two. You need two cards here with you. Number 7. Stand your ground, because it's you being able to claim your talents, claim your gifts, claim your innate ability to perform. I don't know what perform means, but to come up to, it's like, how do we say, deliver the goods in some kind of job aspect or talent or skill, like you're in a group and you're trying to prove your sense of worth. But there is no need to do this. It's like, don't be shy to blow your own trumpet and to claim the gifts that you have, and to be confident that you can. It says like you rule the roost, so it could be just an metaphor of you saying that you own who you are and what you are about, and don't try to play down to make other people feel good about themselves. You don't always have to be the carer or the matriarch. You can be someone who sits back, like I said before, the cat that has the cream, where things get given to you and you can be served, because you deserve that now at this time. It's like this time in your life, and it's not about age, it's about you've earned it in whatever you've done and how you have traveled. You've earned that right. So that's what I want to give you. I hope that makes sense to your current situation, and I'm going to plug in my iPad as we speak, so I'll let Leanne talk. It's a good job there's both of us here.
I think that's I like that. I think that's fascinating what you've just come up with, because when you said pink, the word, kind of pink from a symbolism point of view, can mean lots of things, depending on whether it's bright or it's pale, but it's also healing through love. And you mentioned that in a different wording sense as well, so it's obviously quite a strong message, and kind of the how it's like an attractive colour as well, isn't it? It's attracting towards the self, and you mentioned about kind of watching your words on how you kind of maybe talk about yourself or refer to yourself, because the words that we use with everything it can trigger powerful emotions in us as well. So sometimes I'm quite, big fan of sarcasm. I can be quite sarcastic when I want to be, but sometimes you can feel, when you can feel those words that you're using, it is kind of changing your energy, or kind of you start to believe them when you use them too often.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, I know I'm doing it. Sometimes someone pays me, I'm like, oh no, and I know I'm doing it, and it's like, why are you doing that? Because it's true that words have the energetic resonance, and you're just affirming to yourself that you're not allowing that comment in. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is interesting. Hopefully that's helped give you a bit of advice anyway. Do let us know and give us some feedback. And we have Jenna. Jenna dreamt about my ex last night. We broke up on the 1st of October. I've never dreamt of him before, even when we were dating. Why is this happening now? Okay. Many, many reasons, Jenna, why this could be happening. When we dream of exes or people from our past, and you're talking about very recent past, but it can be a way of us kind of reflecting. It can be reflecting on the past. It can be reflecting on people that we miss in our lives. So only you're going to know kind of your current situation. You've never dreamt about him before, even when you were dating, and you've not talked for 10 days. So it could generally be that feeling of missing that person, and it's coming through in your dreams. Or it could also be that it's like sometimes when there are conflicts or things that go unresolved, and you want to tie up the loose ends, or you kind of it's unfinished business, I feel like I want to say. These things can come through in our dreams. It's a way of us healing. It's a way of us trying to kind of come to terms with things that are happening. So I feel like I feel quite strongly, and that is maybe why this has come through. It would help. I don't know if you know or have any other details of what was happening in this dream, because there's lots more to this. I mean, there could also be the fact that a person in your dream doesn't actually necessarily have to be that person. It can also be an aspect of yourself. So it could be that kind of there's a part of your ex characteristics, personality, or traits that is kind of part of yourself in a sense. And that could be represented as that person within that dream, whether it's kind of things that you miss within that character or that personality in that person, or whether they're kind of parts of yourself that you're analysing or maybe observing or looking over. But there could be many various reasons. I don't know if you're picking anything up on this as to this dream, are you, Anne?
Yeah, again, I'm coming through on a collaborative type of read this evening, maybe because it's the counselling stance on, and everything is different to each individual as to how I exactly channel. But because I'm getting, and I don't know whether it's very random, but I always trust what I'm given. But I need to say that I place a tangerine the dream, but please tell me if that makes sense, because there is something about a tangerine that I need to give to you around him, but there's hot air about him. There's hot air, so please clarify again, but I feel there's hot air presence within his nature. And I would want to understand, Jenna, why I need to work with your experience of his hot air and what it meant to you within the relationship to have had that type of energy around you. Because you said that we haven't had 10 days. I'm not getting the sense that there is closure yet. Yeah, Leanne's nodding as well. Yeah, and the dream, the fact that the dream could suggest that, but I don't get the feeling that there is closure yet. And I feel on the intuitive level that there is more talking to be done. But what I want to say is I don't know for whose benefit. Does that make sense to you, Jenna? I don't know for whose benefit. So I just want to give that, you'd know what that might mean. But maybe it is about you knowing how to uncouple, I want to say, consciously. Have you heard, we've heard this unconscious uncoupling, this that happens is so that you can move on. Because I don't feel the vibration feels right for you, Jenna. I think you know you want a clean break, but it doesn't feel like he will be allowing you to do that so nicely. It's just my intuitive, what I'm picking up. Yeah.
Quite fascinating, actually, because like you said, it's when you break up. Thank you. Sorry, I just came back.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. One, catch that back, Jenna. Just watch this back when the show's finished, and you'll see kind of the guidance and advice that we've given there. Okay. And hope it kind of helps to shed a bit of light on why you've had that dream, and the guidance that Angelina's given as well.
Good luck, Jenna.
Yeah, good luck, darling.
Hello, Lisa Paris. How are you?
How are you?
Oh. I've been told you're from New York, Lisa. My words are not coming out.
At least you know where you come from anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, Laura. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Laura. Oh, gosh.
Kerry. Oh, wow. Wow.
My white elk dream.
Wow. My white elk dream had me pondering if the white elk is a new spirit animal presenting themselves to me. Could possibly be. I'm just trying to think. I don't know why. Elk. I don't even. I'm trying to kind of visualize it, and I don't know why. Instantly, I'm thinking of a moose. Are they even one and the same thing? They are. Okay. That's really bizarre. I'm obviously meant to say this then, because straight away I'm thinking of a moose. Okay, and white is kind of a colour of purity, cleansing, newness, freshness. It could well be a spirit animal. It's very prominent, and I'd say it's quite spiritual. It's unless have you kind of things that can come through in our dreams can be things that we've seen as well on TV, and so I don't know if it's something that you've seen within and around you, or we don't even have to pay attention to these things but they can filter through. However, if I'm going down an analysis and I'm going to the kind of an analysis mixing that colour of white in, like I've said, with the purity and innocence and the cleansing and healing, because healing and purity as well. But when you're looking at kind of the symbolism of the moose, I'm just trying to think of it's like wisdom, intuition. Is it more deer? So, right, okay. So Richard's just kind of letting me know, because I'm trying to think what elk. For some reason, I'm going to do kind of a bit of symbolism on both here, and then I'm going to see what Angelina's picking up, because I think this is quite fascinating, and it's quite prominent in your dream for you to bring this one through. So look at this in two ways, okay? Moose come to my mind straight away. Don't know why. So I'm going to give you a bit of an analogy on that, because they can represent like intuition, wisdom, strength, very powerful. They obviously have the antlers as well, which can be help with kind of protection, but also defensive. However, Richard was just saying that they're more similar to a deer. Now, the deers signify a lot of elegance, composure as well. I'm just trying to think what else I can remember about symbolism of deer now. Femininity as well is what I'm picking up from this. Now, it's difficult for me to look around that because there's nothing else that you've mentioned within and around this dream. Are you picking anything up from this one? Angelina?
It's really weird because sometimes I get veered off. But it's like something about the relatives really rung true. Like, oh my God, this is very prominent in some way or form. But I don't know how this ties into relatives around you, Kerry, because I know you're saying is this guidance, and then you said something about the divine feminine, and I'm finding it really hard to be with the divine feminine because I know that vibration feels not so natural, and not in a male female, but in the whole kicking back the creativity, the dia, because you said about the feminine, it's like they're tangled. The antlers are feeling they are tangled, so it's almost like there's a slight how do we say emerging. It's like it's something's emerging. It feels like something emerging, but it's not quite elegant as it can be. I don't know why it comes through like that. So it's like the process, maybe not so elegant, like the process of being more into your divine feminine is not as elegant as it can be, as in it might not be comfortable for you. That's just what I'm picking up. Is might not be so comfortable.
You mentioned relatives as well.
So it's about power. If the elk symbolises power, and we're looking at.
And you know, it's really weird. You've talked about divine, the feminine, and because the moose is a very masculine energy, whereas the deer is quite a feminine energy. And I'm wondering if it's kind of, you know, we're in that time of like harmonizing and balancing, and maybe it's kind of trying to bring those two energies together so that they're balanced. Like you've got the light, the shadow side. And it's trying to find a way to merge these two together to bring that kind of healing through and the purity. Because I don't know why as well with the moose wisdom, but you said about parents, and I instantly started thinking about the wise elder, and whether there's some form of guidance and advice coming through to you from somebody around you in waking life as well, or this kind of energy, the imbalance of these energies, or trying to work out how to merge these energies together is to do with somebody in waking life or an experience or situation you're dealing with. Kerry's just put there, it got me thinking of Lord of the Rings afterwards because of the elk reminded me of those movies.
Oh wow.
There could be a hidden message in that film as well. You never know. It's very fantasy like, isn't it?
It's
I understand that Angelina showing my femininity is uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
It's trying to merge the energies together, it sounds like to me. It's trying to show that by bringing them together, it can be amazing and beautiful at the same time. But you were saying it's difficult to bring them together, didn't you?
Yeah, the femininity is a little bit tangled, like it doesn't quite want to flow so much. It's just a bit of, how do we say, it's like resistance to be. And it's very modern day society. We females become more masculine because we want to, you know, we're in life is it's fast paced. It's changing and we want to achieve, and so it's difficult sometimes to be able to be more creative and comfortable with the fact of being more passive.
It's like I'm wondering, like you said, wondering if it's a spirit animal, and we do kind of tend to get guidance with spirit guides, spirit animals, however you want to look at it and whatever your beliefs are, and it may be that this has appeared in a dream to say that you are being given some form of higher awareness, wisdom, guidance, that's coming through, that's trying to show you the way on how to do this. And you may see that kind of presenting itself to you in different forms, but it's like it's trying to get you to find a way to merge these two energies together. That's kind of what I'm getting from it.
That does make sense.
I hope that's helped, Kerry. I feel like I've been a bit vague there, but it's trying to kind of pull together when we're both picking up on this from the information. So do let us know if that's helped, and if you've got any more details of what you might have seen around it. I do kind of love your dreams. They're very similar to mine, and it takes some depicting sometimes as to what they're telling you, but these things stand in your mind for a reason. It's trying to draw your attention to something. And I get the form that it's very healing as well, that dream. It's trying to show you a way of healing and harmonizing. Angelina's frozen again. Angelina, are you still with us? Because you've frozen again, and Richard said it looks like you've fallen asleep. Oh dear. She's gone. You know when she went to plug that battery in of hers, do you think she actually turned the switch on? Mm, yes, possibly. She's gone, right, that's it, I'm off. So while we're waiting for Angelina to unfreeze herself, do we have any more questions or anything from anybody? Because we're coming to the end of the show now, guys. Okay. I tell you what, guys, I think we're coming to the end of the show now. So thank you all very much for joining us. Angelina has turned into a statue. So yes, she obviously having technical difficulties at her end. I know that her battery was running low. So we just want to say thank you very much for joining us both tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the show. And do keep watching Spiritual Psychics TV. There's many more shows, as you saw earlier, that are coming up on YouTube. She's turned to ice. Yeah, bless her. She's definitely frozen, Sally. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. And before we go, Jenna, Tangerine, I mean, he loves fruits. What do you mean by hot air? Sorry, I'm 5 minutes behind. I think we'll get back together. Yes, this was a breakup we both didn't want. Yeah. Sometimes, Jenna, these things happen for a good reason. To maybe step back. I think what Angelina may have meant there by hot air is I get the feeling like this is blown out of proportion. And like you said, that ties in with you not quite wanting this. So sometimes we need to take a break and a step back to work out how to move forward. And I think your dream is just showing you that maybe you missed that person. So I'm glad you got to see that. Also, ironically, there was a counsellor who came up in the dream. It was very random. It sounds to me like there's counselling in a dream can come through as guidance and advice, Jenna. So it could be saying that maybe one of you, both of you, even separately or together, there's a form of guidance that you're needing to follow, and it could have taken you both on a bit of a separate journey there. But just go with the flow on it, and we'll send you lots of kind of healing and love and light, and take care of yourself. Desiree, good night. Thank you for joining us. God bless. And thank you all for watching, and take care. Oh, yes. And a good reminder, guys, 10:30 tonight. That is palmistry and tarot with Sally? Was it Sally? Rachel. Even Rachel with Rachel. Where did Sally come from? So yeah, do tune in for that tonight, guys, 10:30. And thank you so much for joining us. Take care. See you soon.